But we are saying that he is not
qualified
to
lead that campaign.
To lead that campaign
on transparency.
Yeah, on transparency.
Based on his character.
Yes. And I stand by what I said. It's correct.
That he is trying to bring him. Why he's saying all these things is likely going to.
Yes, because he had done it before. Eze Chikamnayo told the whole other state people that Okezi Basu was giving money every month to Tioch and giving to his son Ikuku. Now, when they brought him in, he kept quiet.
He kept quiet till today.
Till today. And he started praising the same person he condemned. Now, that same thing he did, he's doing it again against alexotti. You now understand why people are leaving the message and attacking the messenger. Because that's the kind of character he is. He is the man who will cry wolf. When you not take him serious, you will not see the reason why he's doing it is because he wants to bring him into the government. He has done it before. We call it in law, character evidence.
Wow.
Yes. It's a matter of life. He that lives in glass house should not throw stone. A man who publicly told Adrian that Okezi Basu was stealing our money. When Okezi Basu invited him, he not started praising Okezi Basu. He shows the character of who he is. That is why me personally, Emperor Obonna, I hardly accept political office because I know that I have been lambasting government. I'm a good governance activist, and I want you to get well in Naira State. And if you bring me in and you are doing the wrong thing, and you tell me to keep quiet, it becomes a problem. So people like us, we are not so amenable to accepting public office. It is no money. So Eze Chikamnayo is claiming to be an activist. In as much as we are talking about the 54 billion. Yes, he is correct what you're saying, though, to an extent. But we are saying that he is not
qualified to lead that campaign. On transparency.
Yeah, on transparency.
Based on his character.
Yes. And I stand by what I said. Anything I say here, I stand by it. That Eze Chikamnayo is not qualified. Based on, okay, look at, I posted something on my wall. People were giving telling me, go to my wall, you see it now. People were saying what he did in Umunechi. People were saying, people are just alleging that he did something, he went out there, he did.
Who are they referring to?
The same as go to my wall is there. I'm not the one that will say it, but go to my wall. My wall is Emperor Gabriel Obonna Esquire. You go there, you will see what people are saying about him, what he did in the past. So I'm not saying he's a bad man, though, but I am just saying that in politics, he doesn't have that reputation, what it takes to condemn alexotti.
Come to our program today. We are still talking about the 54 billion.
54 billion.
Or 51 million.
No, 54 billion for 51 schools.
Okay, this have been actually because of a lot of controversy online, and we thought it was even over, and yet the issue is still trending.
Yeah.
And this issue was publicly raised by Eze Chikamnayo, who is the former commissioner for information in Abia State. How do you assess first the 54 billion naira issues and the rest of them? Yeah, don't forget that the governor have also reacted to it.
Yes. Let me tell you, first of all, it wasn't really Eze Chikamnayo that raised the issue.
Okay.
What happened was that we have been raising that issue since this year. Okay. All the time for the past 4 months when I was on when I was on Sun FM for a program, a Monday program, I raised that issue. I told the state government that they should come and tell all the schools they use the money.
Okay, you also raised.
I raised it a long time, almost 4 months ago.
4 months ago.
Then last month, this man, Principal Ikodne, also raised it.
Okay.
About that 54 billion naira being used for the renovation of 51 schools. But what happened was that Eze Chikamnayo had a press conference, I think in Abuja, where he raised this issue, and the thing now made it to be nationally known. But we have been raising that issue. So it have always been there. You know, my little worry with Eze Chikamnayo is that he's playing sense. Let me tell you why I say he's playing sense. I remember some years ago when Okezi Basu was the governor of Abia State. Eze Chikamnayo went to his Facebook wall and made a post. And in that post, he accused Okezi Basu of giving, I think, 100 million naira to Tioch and also 50 million naira or so to his son every month.
Every month.
He made an allegation. The allegation went viral.
Wow. Then
later, the Ibasu government decided to bring him in. They brought him in as one of the commissioners of as Spicer or something. Then the time came when I was invited by Real FM to have a program with Eze Chikamnayo. And in that program, I now asked Eze Chikamnayo, when I asked Eze Chikamnayo a question, he was blowing the trumpets, exaggerating everything about Okezi Basu's government on the issue of transparency and the issue of good infrastructure. Okay. And I asked Eze Chikamnayo, are you not the same person who accused Okezi Basu of sharing Abia State money illegally by paying TOG and his son money illegally. When I asked him that question, he started attacking me. He was very angry. He never answered the question till today. So right now, he's now leading the campaign on transparency. When he himself fell into the same ditch. That's what I'm saying. Because one, I asked him, is it that Otti Masu did not pay that money or was not paying that money, or is it that you are telling lies, or that is it that what is the problem? So he couldn't answer it. So, but coming to the question of
but excuse, but attacking the personality of Eze Chikamnayo,
yes,
while leaving the main subject, which is the 54 billion. Are you not?
No, I am not. Let me tell you.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about generally what is actually happening. People are now seems to be attacking the personality of Eze Chikamnayo, which they believe is not possibly.
It's not qualified.
Not qualified to lead.
And I also let me tell you why. Me, Emperor Bonna. I know I am a purist. I look at things from the right point of view. Okay. Assuming I enter into politics tomorrow, and I start saying things or doing things inconsistent with what I have been preaching, as let me use the word as Emperor. People will not tell me, Emperor. People will leave what I'm saying and start looking at my character. A man's character is always an issue. Remember this.
Are you saying that the governor is right in what?
Yes.
What he was saying that I guess Eze Chikamnayo.
It's correct.
That he is trying to bring him. Why he's saying all these things is likely going to.
Yes, because he had done it before. Eze Chikamnayo told the whole other state people that Otti Masu was giving money every month to Tioch and giving to his son Ikuku. Now, when they brought him in, he kept quiet.
He kept quiet till today.
Today, and he started praising the same person he condemned. Now, that same thing he did, he's doing it again against alexotti. You now understand why people are leaving the message attacking the messenger. Because that's the kind of character he is. He is the man who will cry wolf. When you not take him serious, you will not see the reason why he's doing it is because he wants to bring you to bring him into the government. He has done it before. We call it in law, character evidence.
Wow.
Yes. It's a matter of life. He that lives in glass house should not throw stone. A man who publicly told Abians that Otti Masu was stealing our money. When Otti Masu invited him, he not started praising Otti Masu. He shows the character of who he is. That is why me personally, Emperor Bonna, I hardly accept political office because I know that I have been lambasting government. I'm a good governance activist, and I want you to get well in Naira State. And if you bring me in and you are doing the wrong thing, and you tell me to keep quiet, it becomes a problem. So people like us, we are not so amenable to accepting public office. Do you understand me? If even in election, I told them that I want to contest. I don't want appointment. Even now, I know how many people that have reached me on the issue of appointment. But personally, I want to remain where I am.
State level or federal level?
State now. I'm talking about state now. State level now.
Okay.
Yes, but I stood my ground that I am an activist. You know, as activists, they can rubbish you.
Yes.
When you enter into power, somebody can just rubbish you and you become irrelevant. Everything is not money. So Eze Chikamnayo is claiming to be an activist. In as much as we are talking about the 54 billion. Yes, he's correct what you're saying, though, to an extent. But we're saying that he is not
qualified to lead that campaign. On transparency.
Yeah, on transparency.
Based on his character.
Yes. And I stand by what I said. Anything I say here, I stand by it. That Eze Chikamnayo is not qualified. Based on, okay, look at, I posted something on my wall. People were giving telling me, go to my wall, you see it now. People were saying what he did in Umunechi. People were saying, people are just alleging that he did something, he went out there, he did.
Who are they referring to?
The same as go to my wall is there. I'm not the one that will say it, but go to my wall. My wall is Emperor Gabriel Obonna Esquire. You go there, you will see what people are saying about him, what he did in the past. So I'm not saying he's a bad man, though, but I am just saying that in politics, he doesn't have that reputation, what it takes to condemn alexotti. Now, coming to the issue of 54 billion.
Possibly, he should go for confession.
Yes, and repentance and change. Be a changed person. I'm not saying he's a bad man, though. But what I'm just saying is that every day he calls alexotti a thief. So in his word, he's always calling him Otti thief. There's a way he writes it. What is what Eze Chikamnayo or something like that. He's always calling him a thief. Why? With all respect, alexotti have his own problems. But I don't think that it has reached to the extent of calling him a thief. To me, that's the truth. Now, don't like this year of 54 billion. Let me just tell you something.
Before we talk about it, let's just create about it.
Okay, no problem.
Are you saying that he is not, based on what you are saying right now, he don't have don't have a good character, you don't have a character, you don't have a good name,
based on his antecedents, Eze Chikamnayo is not qualified enough to lead a campaign on transparency against any government.
So if you are to speak to him right now, what would be?
I will tell him, let him first of all apologize to agents for deceiving us. He told us that
you are talking to him.
I'm talking to Eze Chikamnayo. If you are listening to me, Eze Chikamnayo, you told us that Okezi Basu was giving 100 million to Otti and was giving 50 million to Ikuku every month. You said this thing to castigate Okezi Basu, and people like us believed you. You know I'm an activist. I believed you on what you did. The next day, we now saw you being invited by the same Okezi Basu who you were lambasting the same way you have been lambasting alexotti. That was how you are lambasting Okezi Basu on your wall. And when they brought you in to be a commissioner, you deleted everything you wrote against Okezi Basu. And then you started praising Okezi Basu, upon which I was on the radio station and I asked you a question when you first came for interview. I asked you a question. I asked you, are you still standing by what you said? Or is it that you're telling lies? Instead of you to reply me, you started insulting me. So I am telling you to apologize to Abias for deceiving us. That's the only ground upon which we can take you serious on this alexotti matter. Yes.
Okay, that is it. Let us go back to the main subject matter.
Yes.
The governor made a statement when he was trying to analyze about the 54 billion, which he claimed that yes, they budgeted 54 billion naira, is that not so? But they did not really spend up to 54 billion.
You see, that's the problem. There's a big problem in that explanation.
Before you talk about the big problem, okay, don't worry, conclude.
Yes, now listen. If you go to the website of the state government,
yes,
they pasted that report. They said it's budget performance report for fourth quarter of the year 2024. Now, and they now said 50 years last year. They said 54,000 naira for 51 schools. That is budget
54
billion naira for 51 schools. Now, that is budget performance report. Now, budget performance report is the amount of money you have spent. It's a performance report.
Yes.
It is a performance report. That budget performance shows that you have actually spent that money. And that is where the problem is. Now, when alexotti was being asked a question, he said they have not spent the money,
but
that they are still doing it. But that budget report said that it is a performance report. So there is a divide. It is not clear. Now, have they spent the money? Alexotti says it has not spent it. The budget performance report says it has been spent. Now let me tell you the problem of that report. That report gives the impression that everything there has been spent. Now, if we ask other questions about some other items in that place, the governor will still tell us that they have not been spent. Now, assuming we don't have that question, everybody will believe that it has been spent. So you see, that's where we're asking for transparency. We're not saying that alexotti government stole any money, but we're saying that they should be consistent on what they're saying and that they should be transparent to audience. If you are saying that budget performance report and you stated 54 billion for renovation of 51 schools, that is what everybody will believe, that you have spent that money on 51 schools. Now, it is because people are asking questions that you are now talking about the fact that you have not spent the money. So what I'm saying is that there should be openness. Tell us how much money that has been spent. Let the budget performance report reflect the fact that only this amount of money has been spent, and we will now shift it to another time. But when you leave it at budget performance report and nobody knows whether it has been spent or not, but the reports indicate that it has been spent. You see, that's where the corruption is coming in. Because people know where the corruption is coming in. People will now say that the reason why you are claiming that you have not spent the money was because people are raising objection. They are going to the schools and asking questions. That if they had not asked questions, you would have, or we would have believed that that money has been spent and somebody would have cornered the money. That is why people are. So I'm just giving advice to this government so that you can be consistent. Let the report reflect the fact that it has not, total money has not been spent. Because generally, we will believe that 54 billion has already been spent on 51 schools. That is what everybody will believe. Until now that we have raised the issue, people are not seeing that it has not been spent. So the question is, who is corrupt and who is not corrupt in this circumstance? So the truth remains that let the government be more transparent in what they are doing and in what they are saying, and let them not be allowing people to be asking questions before they will show us the real situation of things. Yes.
So the government made a lot of statements regarding to 21 billion being spent, so amount of money being spent. If I may ask you, if you invest 1 billion naira in a school, how do you think the structures or the environment will
Let me be honest to you, without playing politics. If you invest 1 billion naira in any school, that school will look like America.
Will it be like a 6-classroom block?
It will be beautiful. I am not an architect, but my brother, we are all Nigerian. Do you know how much 1 billion naira is? 1 billion naira is 1 billion times 1,000.
1 million times 1,000.
Yes, that is 100. That is 1 billion. 1 million naira is not 1 million naira is not.
You get 999
million. Then the next 1 million will make it 1 billion. So if you bring 900 million into a school, everybody will, in fact, people in America will be coming to look at that school. I am into estate. If I invest 1 million naira in a land, you will see it. If I bring in 2 million, you see it. But when I bring in 100 million, we're talking about an edifice, 5 or 6 story edifice. And when I'm bringing 200 million, hey, and when I'm bringing 300 million, 400 million, 500 million, 600 million, 700 million, 800 million. Now, you now understand what I'm saying. Yeah. So, what we are saying is that okay, let me ask you, they say smart schools. Why haven't or anybody shown us the interior of any of those schools so that we can see the smartness of the school? You understand what I'm saying?
We'll show you the interiors later.
You'll show you the interiors. We're supposed to see the internet. We're supposed to see the things that makes them smart schools.
Let me. I think most of us are getting a lot of things. We're trying to get a lot of things, misconception of a lot of things. I think what they mean, I'm not reporting for the government, really.
Yes.
But I understand what the smart school is all about.
Yes.
Well, what's the conception of a smart school or the concept of smart school is just what we call interactive board. Just like what we have this white board.
Is that a smart school?
Excuse me.
Just buy a white board.
No. I'm just giving an example. Where you have the white, they used to use them blackboard before. We now upgrade to what? Whiteboard. And now we have finally upgraded from the whiteboard to an interactive board, just like a big LED screen, LED television, like a LED screen television. Where you cannot just thumb, you can just use your palm and touch whatever you want to touch. You no longer need the.
So the question is, have you seen that LED something? Have you seen
it? I've seen it in pictures.
Have you seen that time you went to my house? Do you see it?
The school is not really on section at this hour. So what I'm telling you is based on I have traveled to Igbo states. I have gone to a private school.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
I've gone to a private schools where we had interactive boards in all.
Now, to you, it is a better interview to you as a man. That thing, does it worth 1 billion naira?
It's not really worth up to 1 billion. It's just one. It's just a board.
It's just a board.
Just like having a laptop.
It's just like having a screen touch
TV.
Screen touch TV. You see, that's what we're saying. So my own opinion is that those smart schools done good. We are applaud the governor on it too, but we are saying that let there be transparency. So that we some of us that defend the governor. I defend the governor a lot too. Some of us that defend the governor who have a grant to defend him.
I know you defend the governor, but most of our viewers may want to ask. So like the governor talked about do you have the right character? Do you have the antecedent? Do you really have what it takes to ask questions in terms of transparency?
I have what it takes to ask questions. And if everybody knows me, my name is Emperor Obonna. I am a human rights lawyer. I am an activist. When Okesi Basu was the governor, I was among those that tried to ask questions. In the end, he had to even arrest me and they caused me to be detained in DSS. I was in prison for almost 6 months for standing for what I believe in. Now, unless this government is here, I also ask the right question. Nobody can point at me and say I'm corrupt. Nobody can point at me and say I'm a hypocrite. I think I'm the right person to ask that question. I have always go to my Facebook wall, you see it. I'm always having radio programs on radio every day in Abia State. And I try to maintain a very good attitude. So nobody can actually
have the integrity.
I think I have the integrity. Ask Nadia now. Ask anybody. Can anybody point to Emperor or say Emperor did anything? Nobody. Let them. I am challenging people to bring evidence that I did anything wrong. Whatever I do, whenever I stand against authority, it's because I am correcting a wrong. I'm trying to tell them that what they did is wrong. So that is me, but I'm not here to blow my trumpet. I'm just asking, answering your question.
No problem. Because people may also want to know.
Yes.
Okay, so in conclusion, what I'm talking about is the conclusion that the smart school is a welcome development.
It's a welcome development.
And they go and you got why I want to ask this last question regarding to the smart school is that someone commented in our reaction regarding to the smart school. The person also said that if the government budgeted 54 billion naira for about 51 schools possibly, and they were able to spend about 20 billion as the case may be for some schools, that it means that they have not really done so well in terms of their performance. If you budgeted 50 something billion and you are spending 50, and
if government budgeted 54 billion for 21 schools, government should spend 51 billion for 21 schools. That's what you call transparency and accountability. Government should not spend 53.5 billion on 51 schools. Government should spend the entire money on that. That is what we call accountability. This is not your money. The governor is paid salary. The commissioner is paid salary. Everybody is paid salary. You are not supposed to get an extra benefit apart from your salary and allowances by serving other states. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So any other thing you chop outside the extra benefit is corruption. That is do you know that? Okay, what happened to one prime minister in America in UK? This man that has a golden hair. That's during COVID-19 that he did a party, and the other one they removed him because he traveled and he didn't keep record of how much money he spent on airplane. You didn't know about it.
Yes.
So some of if you see them, they remove people in UK for fleecing business. A prime minister will travel. His air ticket, he added $2. That becomes a problem. But in Nigeria, people will chop money, eat money, and nobody raise an eyebrow. The only time we raise an eyebrow in Nigeria is when it doesn't we are benefiting. That's when we don't raise an eyebrow. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Nigerians hate corruption. The only time they like corruption is when corruption favors them. But if corruption does not favor them, Nigerians will start telling you that corruption is bad. A Nigerian man who you put in a place, his brother is stealing money and giving him, you will see him hailing corruption. But whenever his brother stop giving him, that is when he will remember that corruption is bad. So we must rise to the level of speaking truth to power and telling them that if 54 billion was earmarked for 51 schools, use that 51 billion fully for 51 schools.
So finally, going forward, what will be your advice to the Abia State government?
I will tell them to be very transparent. You know, alexotti is doing well. I like him. He's doing well. Let's be honest. But then, power without control is nothing.
Yeah.
If you have power and you're just doing things, assuming you bring a caterpillar into Aba, and that caterpillar has failed brake, it will demolish houses and will not stop. But you need somebody to apply the brakes. Let the governor know that transparency is what will define his government. If you are doing well, and remember that right now that almost every state has big money now. Almost every governor is performing because there is a lot of money in the states. And I hope you know the what they call it, subsidy in fuel has been removed, subsidy in electricity has been removed, subsidy in gas has been removed. We now have more import duties right now. We have higher VAT. IRS is now collecting more money. Everything is now higher in Nigeria. So when all these things are higher, it will reflect on the government. The government has more money right now, but the people are poorer. Now every state in Nigeria are very rich and they are performing. Even some states that the governor did not do well the last time, they are doing well now because there is a lot of money. And the governors keep saying it. And when you have all this money and you are not accountable, you are not transparent, in the end, you become like the people you condemn. So I'm asking the governor to be very, very transparent. But in all, I still think he's doing well. I think he's doing well. But let him be more transparent so that his enemies will not have reasons to condemn him.
Okay, we are done with that for now. Let's look at some other things. Now, according to the Nation newspaper, a group, a socio-political group, the Abia Torchlight, have actually they told the EFCC not to accept the plea bargaining regarding to the former governor Otti and his son. They are telling EFCC that they shouldn't accept the plea bargaining, that they should the former governor and his son, that is former governor Otti, should face whatever trial they have. What do you really think? Are you in support of the support group, or are
you see, plea bargaining is a part of our judicial system. The benefit of plea bargaining is that it removes the necessity to go through the whole hurdle of trial. Assuming somebody is charged to court, the first thing is arrest. Then after that, arraignment. From arraignment, the prosecution will give the evidence, the cross-examined, the defense will give the evidence, they will be cross-examined, and then final address, and then judgment. That judgment will either be conviction or acquittal. Now, you see the whole hurdle. This thing may take 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years in Nigeria. The person may die. T.H. is a very old man. I'm not saying he will die, but you know he's already an old man.
Yes.
So if he dies,
The
our money is gone.
And it's about, they said it's about 22 billion.
Yeah, we'll go Barudo now. If he's gone, the money is gone. So EFCC will tell himself, is it not better that we collect the one we can collect now? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
But the other way, Ikuku is there. Let him also answer himself. They will also tell you something. Anything can happen to anybody. And not only that, the court can still find the person not guilty. Okay, look at what happened to Otti Zakalo. Otti Zakalo's own, he was actually convicted. But the Supreme Court held that the court that handled the matter was incompetent to handle the matter on the ground that the judge has been elevated to the appeal court. And that being elevated to the appeal court, he no longer has the power to hear a case in the High Court. Now, Otti Zakalo is moving around freely now.
I was in prison before.
But I was in prison. Our money has not been returned. Otti Zakalo is also a free man. You now understand? Yeah. So sometimes.
But I want to ask you, regarding to that case, have the case completely?
No, what happened is that Otti Zakalo sued the government. Otti Zakalo, the EFCC took Otti Zakalo to court again. Otti Zakalo raised the issue that he raised what you call ultra fiat acquit and ultra fiat convict. That he has been convicted on this same offense. And he has gone to prison, and he can no longer
go to prison
again on that matter. So it's for the court to determine. So he's using law to get what he wants.
Wow.
So you see the problem. So these are what a smart lawyer can do. So before the EFCC will tell you, let us just go ahead and do plea bargaining and collect the one we have seen and put in our pocket and go. But the danger of plea bargaining is that it encourages corruption.
Wow.
It encourages corruption. When I'm in public office and I steal money, and you arrest me, out of the 10 billion naira I stole, I gave you 80 billion naira or 9 billion and return the remaining 2, and I'll stay in my house. What has justice been served? No. You understand what I'm saying? But if I am put in prison, I will learn that it is not good to be a criminal. So that is why people like us are asking that, despite everything, let there be a full trial on the issue of TH. Let there be full trial. That's the right thing. That plea bargaining, we don't need it. Yes.
We don't need it.
We don't need it. We don't need it. Because one, let me tell you the danger of that plea bargaining. By the time you continue allowing all these governors, how many governors are serving prison now? I don't think any of them is serving prison. They have all been pardoned by the Council of State. They have all been pardoned. Now, it will empower other governors to steal more because they know that they will never go to prison. Highest, you may arrest, hand up prison for 2 months. The states will pardon them. Or you may arrest, they will do plea and come out. But if they are sent to prison and they stay in prison for 6 years, 7 years, they will not steal money. They will not steal money. So that is the danger of plea bargaining. So we need people to be made to answer for their crime. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. Did you hear me?
Yes.
If you can't do the time, you know what I mean by time. If you can't spend the prison term, don't do the crime. That is it.
Okay, I think this is much we can take for now, and we have a lot of things really to talk about, including the Catholic and the Omaya Catholic bishop endorsing visiting the governor and endorsing to run 2027. That is their favorite candidate. Possibly that he has performed well. A lot of things to talk about, but for now, this is the much we can give you for now. My name is Mwaka Makasinya, and we have
Barrister Emperor Obona.
It's good to have you. I will see you in our next video. Don't forget to share this video, copy the link of this video, and send it to someone. Drop a comment and let us know what do you think about what we discussed this hour. Thank you.